primitive urogenital sinus where the mesonephric duct opens. So this is a primitive urogenital sinus. Now this primitive urogenital sinus divided into the upper part which is called vesicourethral canal and the definitive urogenital sinus. Okay, this is the ectodermal part. Now we have already seen the urogenital sinus beforehand. Now this is your the mesonephric duct which opens, and these are the ureteric bars which opens over here. They encircle an area, triangular area, which is called internal trigon within the urinary bladder. So vesicourethral canal forming the urinary bladder, and the lower part of the vesicourethral canal for the primitive urethra, and the definitive urogenital sinus now divided into two parts, pelvic part and the phallic part. This is the ectodermal part where they opens up. Now in case of females, what are the derivative from this figure? Let us see. This is the urinary bladder, that is corresponding to the urinary bladder. This is the primitive urethra. This is the pelvic part of definitive urogenital sinus. This is the phallic part. Now the female urethra is formed by the primitive urethra plus a part of the pelvic urogenital sinus. So this is the female urethra corresponding to the prostatic urethra of the male, and the remaining lower part of the pelvic part of the urogenital sinus and the phallic part, that's from the vestibule. Okay, so the urinary bladder is formed by the vesicourethral canal upper part, the lower part forming the primitive urethra, and the definitive urogenital sinus dividing the pelvic part and the phallic part. The upper part of the pelvic part is along with the primitive urethra forming the female urethra, and the lower part of the pelvic part and the phallic part, that is from the vestibule in case of female. So this is in case of female what happens. Now the lining epithelium, the whole of the endodermal, this urinary bladder is whole the endodermal because it is derived from the urogenital sinus. But this part is developed from the absorbed part of the mesonephric duct. So this is to start with mesodermal in origin, then it is taken up by the endoderm. Okay. And the epithelium over here is a transitional epithelium. The female urethra, that is also derived from the vesicourethral canals, endodermal in origin, but the posterior part of it is derived from the absorbed part of the mesonephric duct, so that is mesodermal in origin. So this is again the transitional epithelium. Then the lower part, this will be taken up by this is whole thing in female, this is called the epithelium is derived from the endodermal epithelium. So this is in case of female. Now corresponding to that, what are the derivative in case of male urethra? Now male urethra has got three parts: prostatic urethra, membranous urethra, and the penile or spongy part of urethra. And the lower part of that is called the glans penis. Let us see the development. Now the urinary bladder is corresponding to the urinary bladder of the female, that is called the vesicourethral canal. The primitive urethra and a part of the pelvic urogenital sinus, that is giving rise to the prostatic urethra, that is corresponding to the female urethra. Okay. So prostatic urethra is derived from the primitive urethra and the upper part of the pelvic part of the definitive urogenital sinus. The lower part of the definitive part of the pelvic part of the urogenital sinus is called the membranous urethra. This everything is your derived from the endodermal urogenital sinus, but the posterior part is from the mesonephric duct. So this part is from the mesodermal origin. Okay, and the phallic part of the penile urethra and a part that is derived from the ectoderm. This is whole thing is from the phallic part of the urogenital sinus, and that will be taken up by the genital system. We will see again deal with the development of the penis. Now part of the covering of the penis is called the glans penis, which is purely ectodermal in origin. So over here let us see the prostatic part of urethra, which is derived from the urogenital sinus, that is the primitive urethra, endodermal in origin. The posterior part is derived from the mesodermal origin because that is from the absorbed part of the mesonephric duct. The membranous urethra is derived from the pelvic part of the urogenital sinus, and the whole phallic part give rise to the forming the penile or the spongy urethra because it is within the phallus of the in case of male. So it is derived from the phallic part. A last part, the opening over there, that is derived only from the ectoderm. So this is ectodermal, surface ectoderm. This is stratified squamous epithelium. The membranous part is stratified columnar epithelium, the spongy part is stratified columnar epithelium, but the gland plane is derived from the surface ectoderms. It is called stratified squamous epithelium. Prostatic urethra is endodermal, posterior part is derived from the mesodermal, that is absorbed part of the mesonephric duct. Okay. So this is the development of female and male urethra from the main part, that is the urogenital sinus and the vesicourethral canal. Now let us come to this development of the prostate. Prostate in case of male plays a great role. So let us see this prostate, which has got a capsule. This is the outer glandular area. Here is the prostatic urethra. This is called prostatic utricle, and this is an inner glandular area. Now this outer glandular zone, that is derived from the urogenital sinus, so this is endodermal in origin. This differentiate more, and the carcinomatous changes occurs in prostatic carcinoma, that is more in the outer glandular zone. Okay, that is endodermal in origin. Now what are the parts that is derived from the mesoderm? That is the capsule is the mesodermal in origin. The stroma, that is the muscle and connective tissue, that is derived from the surrounding mesenchyme, that is from the splenometric intramnanic mesodermal tissue. Okay, so that is the stroma of the muscle of the prostate. Prostate is a musculoglandular organ. Okay. Now this is surrounding the prostatic urethra. These are the glands at the opening. This is the inner glandular zone, and these glands are on the posterior wall of the urethra, above the opening of the ejaculatory duct, that is the original mesonephric duct. Because I told the mesonephric duct is taken up by the genital system for its development. This is the inner glandular zone, which is mesodermal, and this is mainly hypertrophy, in the benign hypertrophy of prostate. So this is in a benign condition, that is inner glandular zone. This is mesodermal in origin, and the outer glandular zone is endodermal origin. They are more enlarged in the carcinomatous changes. So this is a prostatic utricle within this prostatic urethra. This prostatic utricle corresponds to the vagina of the, in case of female. So prostatic utricle is correspond to the vagina of female. Now this is the sagittal section of the prostate. This is your urinary bladder. This is the prostatic urethra. This is the prostatic utricle, and over there this is called median lobe. This part is called the inner glandular zone, which is hypertrophy, benign hypertrophy prostate. And the surrounding part, this is the outer glandular zone, which is hypertrophy in prostatic carcinoma. So this median lobe is compressing the prostatic urethra, and thereby coming retention of urine in benign hypertrophy of prostate. Now the prostate corresponding to female, which gland correspond to the prostatic part of the male counterpart. In case of female, there are some paraurethral gland in the vestibule, paraurethral gallostini. They correspond to the prostate gland. So prostatic utricle correspond to the vagina in case of female, and the prostate correspond to the paraurethral gallostini in case of vestibule. This is all about the development of urethra in case of male and female, which is very important from understanding it from the surgical point of view and also from the examination point of view. Okay.